oh man, here we are, day 54. And I need to head to the outer room. Something that's been hanging around is this whole painting scenario where we've solved most of the painting letters, but there are a few that are still not quite getting through to my brain. So what I did was I went and we'll click on the shelter. Is there any reason we want the shelter? Sure, it gives us a gem, right? Rotate floor plans. Hold on. We had the option to rotate floor plans there. Is that something I could have done with the outer room? Okay, we might explore that tomorrow. We do have the blessing of the dancer, which is what allows us to rotate the floor plans. I wonder. Anyway, what I was saying about the paintings. So I went back and had a look at some screenshots that I've taken over the past few weeks of playing this game. And some of those screenshots were of paintings that I hadn't solved yet. But some of them were also, like, I had a couple pictures of the workshop in locations where we hadn't solved things yet. I'm going to take the library here. We want to put the nook in the pantry in the corners, if possible. Oh, Sightseer's Guide to Reddington. This does not have a green border. Also, I think I've already taken pictures of this, so we don't need it. Let's, ooh, wow, I don't think I've ever seen the ballroom this early. We'll take the, you know what, let's take the ballroom here. It just lets us keep replenishing our gems. That's pretty good, actually. The observatory's pointing the wrong direction. Oh no, I don't think we're getting the corners today. Oh wait, we can rotate. Yeah, let's rotate once. Nice, because the ballroom replenishes them. Huh. Going to walk in. There you go. We're wasting a few steps, but that's okay. We're up to 13 constellations, which is a decent recovery. Southern Cross, rooms with 4 doors are more common today. So anyway, long story short, I'll just finish it quickly because obviously I can't keep track. I'm a little bit distracted by the game itself. Long story short, I found a few more letters. So there was basically from the workshop, there were some letters shown in screenshots. I looked at the date codes, I guess, on those screenshots because the screenshots, you know, they say what date and time it was. I went back and looked at those videos and yeah. Track down which room, which tile those workshops were in, and so which letters are in those tiles. So we got a W, we got an E, and I think we got one other one. I can't quite remember what it was. The boiler room, the dark room. Let's take the boiler room here. It does go in a straight line. And then we're looking to get the patio or the nook here. And I don't want to push power through to it because that would encourage powered rooms. There you go. So what that means is that we're pretty darn close to having all of the painting letters solved. We're not quite there, but I think we're close enough that I can make guesses. For a couple of the words, I've already written out my guesses here. A couple of the words are, I think, pretty obvious, but then a couple of the words are very strange. They don't fit in with the rest. So I'm not sure whether I've got them right or not. We'll have a look at that together. Oh, I have a salt shaker apparently. Hang on. Lucky Rabbit's Foot and the salt. Huh. And then we can send power up through security? Sure. Now, from what I can gather, given the filling in that I've done, I have a little bit of a message. Well, let's place a corner room. The office. Oh no, the office is one of the rooms we want to place, but I don't have the gems. I didn't go back to the ballroom like I said I would. Ah, man. Oh well, we'll put a bedroom here. All right, now I'm going back to the observatory. Not to the observatory, to the ballroom. Silly, silly me. It is costing us steps, though. That's where the running shoes come in, right? Oh man, these running shoes are not happening. I'm a little scatterbrained right now. trying to think of where we're headed, because I kind of want to aim for the rooms that I hadn't solved, right? Oh, the observatory was one. Hang on. We're going to run back. I'm wasting steps tremendously here. Okay, so this one I assume is an R. Oh, this is the tie and the rondelle. R, if you remove rondelle, ondelle? No. Tie, I can't think of anything that starts with an, or uses an R for tie. Tie, neck, bow tie, knot. Nope, nothing like that. R is involved here, I assume. Because our letters, actually, sorry, I'll show you what we're talking about. Jeez. Kind of helps if you can see it. I'll remove those S's. So, this here, crack, I assume is crack. This is like clack or something. But it would make sense if we fill in these with the most obvious ones, right? So 8 dates, crack, 8 safes. That makes a lot of sense to me. So I think that's what that means. That would mean that this is an R. So this thing on screen presumably has an R in the word for it. Rack? But that doesn't give us anything to do with a tie. Yeah, I don't know. And then we have, if we fill those out, these are the words that I have guessed at. So this W we gained from the workshop. It was actually like a very early, I don't think it was day 1, but it was like day one of the very early days where we got the first time we got the workshop. I took a screenshot of the W that was etched into the stone because I didn't know what it was. And that was up here. So if we taunt, I'm kind of confused about what this could be. Small shall stall gates, presumably. 8 dates, crack, 8 safes. So this whole first section isn't really making sense to me, but this part does. So I think I've got that 8 dates, crack, 8 safes, which is a pretty big clue for us. Is 8 dates, crack, 8 safes. Now I looked through other notes, and we have a screenshot of, what was it? It was the letter in the freezer, I think it was. The letter in the freezer from our dear Uncle Herbert said something about, I hope you haven't been jotting down names and dates in order to solve the safes codes. It's kind of weird because it's like he told us not to go for dates, but then this message he's left us says 8 dates, crack, 8 safes. So we do need dates. So I've basically got a little bit of uncertainty about whether I'm on the right track with these letters or not. The utility closet would let us open the weight room, or we just take the archives. I think we'll just take the archives here. With the shelter, it doesn't hurt us. Unless, of course, we get a bunch of security doors. That's always possible. I was also wondering whether there was extra information here in the archives. I know we have this book. It had some info about our mom's situation. But there's a lot of books and papers in this place. So maybe something's interactable that I haven't noticed. I don't know. Like this dolly. Can we just ride that through the place? Oh, here we go. There's this one again. Which room are we in? We're in the center 5 from the top. Ooh. Which I have guessed at as being a G. So it would be this one here. Maybe 8 is the wrong word here. I don't know what else fits into that. But a G for this picture. What other picture do we have in this place? Oh, a leopard. Leopard, cheetah, cat, ledge. Ledge? Leddy? No. Hang? Han? No. Perch? That doesn't have a G in it. So this word would have a G. I have no clue whatsoever. Very confusing to me. What we might need to do is just rely on finding a workshop in places like this. That may be the solution. So we have security doors from both sides into that room. Can't get in there. Let's head south. The music room, the freezer. See, that's interesting. If we had the furnace right now. And the chapel. Chapel gets us access to one more room, but it also removes our shelter effect. And I don't really want to do that. I think what I'm going to do is just take the freezer. Yeah. I'm not really feeling it with this run. I think we're going to start another day. Oh, we can have a look at the letters, though. Oh, no, we can't because they're frozen. Haha. Alright, never mind. Maybe we'll find a furnace nearby. And we can unfreeze it. Through this door, perhaps? The Great Hall, the mail room. Well, we may as well do that. Yeah, let's get the mail room started, so package will be on its way. Order placed. Perfect. Oh, yeah, yeah. And of course, shelter means no negative. So the lights didn't go out. Oh, broken lever. Nice. I don't think this has any relevance. There's just pictures here. You know what's interesting is we have this picture, which is repeated a few times in varying levels of clarity. I don't think we've solved anything to do with it. There's probably a bunch of clues in here, aren't there? Well, we got that clue there. That was pretty handy. Got us into the orchard. But like these things, right? So what does this ominous picture tell us? This is in the... looks like the conservatory to me. What are they doing there? They have a mop and a brush, like for a dust brush or whatever it's called. I don't see any writing or numbers. Just two fairly unhappy looking people. She's happy looking. She's in the office. Don't think this does anything here. If it does anything or shows anything. It might just be decoration. That could be it. Plane and planet. I did get that one. We got him in the lavatory, it looks like. Taking a picture of himself in the mirror. That's cute. I hadn't really realized that one before. Selfie time. Now, the dark room. Oh. Oh, we're locked. Oh, okay, it's a dead end. Well, how about that? Alright. I guess that's good enough. We didn't accomplish much here. To be honest, I really was not focused at all. So, maybe I could have made better choices. At the same time, getting 3 locked doors just like that isn't all that great. Oh yeah, I don't think I ever got this one. We are 4th from the bottom, 2nd. Yeah, so this, according to my guess, would be an A for dates. I'll bring that up too. Coat and cat? Nope. Bench doesn't have an A in it. Oh, I don't know. How would this have an A? I really... It's an interesting kind of puzzle where you have to come up with a word for a picture, but if you're not thinking of the right word that the artist or whoever put this together had in mind, you're just stuck. Like, there's no real way for me to figure out more clues around this other than to find another room with the same picture and you know, a letter that's more obvious. So like stag, right? So we got a good idea of stag because of stag and stage. And then stag and, I've forgotten what the other one, oh, tag, right? Stag and tag. Then that makes sense afterwards. So one helps the other, and that's possible. But in other places, I think this was a coat or a gown. I don't think it was a gown. That was the bridal one, right? Maybe this is a gown. Gown, but a gown. How do you sneak an A in there? No. Coat? Oh, coat and cot. Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. Coat and cot. Of course. All right, there you go. We are going to put an A in there for sure. That makes total sense. That's so funny. How many times have I said coat and not known what this would be? Well, there you go. Okay, so I guess you can figure it out if you just compare it to the other guesses that you've made for the words throughout the time. Okay, I think that's good enough. We could have started a laboratory experiment here. I forgot about that, but it wouldn't have mattered. I can log into the shelter or the office. We already have the shelter picked, so that doesn't change anything. I think that's pretty much it. Still got this. Okay, let's call that a day. Oops, wrong button. Call it a day. It's a little bit of a shame. We had the rabbit's foot, but really didn't come across any items, and I'd say that the room layouts didn't work out so well in our favor either. I did mess up a little bit by not going back to the ballroom before drafting down in this corner, so we could have placed an office there, but it wouldn't have mattered because we didn't get to the top corners anyway. Coat and cot, of course. Which, that may help us elsewhere, because, again, I think that bench is in a couple of rooms as well. The thing that's a cot. And it's so funny because when I first saw it, I was thinking stretcher. Like, cot is the correct word for what I had in mind upon seeing that picture. I just didn't think of the actual proper word. I thought of the word stretcher instead. So we'll look for whatever room it was that had that picture in it, and then thinking of it as a cot might be useful. Should I go for the tomb or the root cellar? I feel... Let's go for the root cellar. It has more potential for combo with the laboratory. What I would really like to do is get a laboratory experiment that says when you dig trash, gain a constellation, while we have the root cellar. And a shovel, of course. And then we can get our constellation built up to the inkwell level, and hopefully re-roll a lot of rooms for exactly what we need. The chapel... I think I'll just take the dark room, because that gets it out of our draft pool. And then we don't really care, we don't care at all, if this ends up being a dead end. Do I just grab this? Without the gem requirement? I think so. At worst, it's a furnace. Oh, it's a library. We don't mind getting that here. In terms of books, so Swimbird has a blue cover. We're looking for a green cover. We have the Swimbird with a blue cover. We have a new clue with the purple cover. We have the Red Prince with the red cover. We just need a green cover. History of India, the Curse of the Black Bridge. I'm going to check out the Curse of the Black Bridge, because I don't really know what we gained from that book on its own. So maybe it was somehow related to this puzzle we're working on with the books. Having said that, that whole cipher thing, I tried following that cipher in the Swimbird and... Sorry, billiard room here. I think I like that. Secret passage is probably the better choice, though. I like the billiard room. We need keys. I checked through Swimbird and a new clue, trying to use that cipher recommendation that we got from a new clue, and it didn't really make sense. Like, the words I got out of it weren't the greatest. So I don't really know if I'm on the right track there. I have a feeling I have something wrong, but either way, we still need to find the book with the green cover, so I'm still looking for it. 4 squared divided by 8 is 2. Plus 1 is 3. Minus 8 is negative 5. Hold on, did I do this wrong? 4 squared is 16. Divided by 8 is 2. I'm right on that, right? Oh, after every blue we square it? Ah, okay. So, yeah, 4 squared divided by 8 is 2. Plus 1 is 3. Squared is 9. Minus 8 is 1. Ah, that's cool. 1 squared is 1. And then 1 plus 3 is 4. Squared is 16. Minus 14 is 2. And this is a big one. Wow. Does it square after every time we add here? No way. No. It must be 2 plus 3 is 5. Plus 1 is 6. And then squared is 36. Minus 20 is 16. Divided by 8 is 2. Plus 1 is 3. I was wrong. Oh no. Hold the phone. What was this? This was 16, 2, 3, 9, 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. Squared is 16. Minus 14 is 2. Okay, hold on. So if this was squared after each addition, we wouldn't know which order to do these in, right? Because if you had 3 squared is 9, plus 2 is 11, squared is 121, plus 1 is 122 squared. There's no way it's that. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6, squared is 36, minus 20 is 16, divided by 8 is 2, plus 1 is 3, squared. Oh, squared is 9. Ah, yeah, I forgot the last square. That's what it was. There you go, silver key. And in sand. There's the morning room. It's facing the wrong way though. Alright, we'll spend a gem to rotate it. It's worth it. These floor plans cannot currently be rotated. Oh, the morning room only faces one particular direction. Okay, we'll take the nursery then. The morning room is pretty good. Oh well, nursery it is. Gain ourselves some steps, and then we'll try and get to the west side and put the morning room over there. Oh, there you go. We got some dice. I don't think this red prince is any different from the one in the master bedroom, is it? Oh, it looks the same to me. Yeah, I think it's the same book. The only difference is the little note at the start from Marion to Uncle Herbert. Tent and 10. Oh yeah, I haven't solved this one. Which room are we in here? This is an E, presumably. There you go. Bring that up. So we're looking at what is probably the word 8. Bathtub. Bathe? No. What would have an E in it? Tub and tube. Aha, tub and tube. That would work. Okay. I'm just gonna type an E in there. I'm gonna assume that's correct. I don't know that I would have ever figured that out. I wouldn't think of this vial as a tube, because to me a tube has a hole at each end, and this only has one hole. So that's probably what they're going for, tub and tube. Okay. Well, we can go through with the tunnel, and I think I'm fine doing that here. Is that or the storeroom for 2 keys? I think I'd rather use a tunnel. Oh, we get some more digging spots. Also, this is supposedly the letter G, which we were already talking about when we had the archive down. Yeah. What sort of cat is this? Is that a tiger? Tier? Tiger tier? T-I-E-R? That might be it. It might be just tiger and tier. Which, I don't know how anyone is ever supposed to guess that. Like, the only reason I'm coming up with that is because I know that G is probably the letter. Almost guaranteed the letter. So, yeah, I don't know. That's a bit of a stretch to me, but okay. Wine cellar and another tunnel. We're going to take the passageway because it gives us more access to the right side of the house. And then we're going to go to the right side of the house. Also, we got a couple of dice. We already had them, but that's fine. The workshop or the clock tower. I think the workshop is a fun room. It even has a dirt pile for us with some unimpressive pebbles, but it unlocked that door. Okay, we got a broken lever instead of a battery, unfortunately. And an E for this room we already had. Yes, we already had that. Stag and stage. I did solve that one on my own. After a long time. I don't think we want to use this with anything. Yeah, if we were going to get a battery, that would be great. There are a couple things I'd like to make there with the power hammer and the electromagnet. Power hammer is the better one for progression, I guess. The electromagnet's the one I prefer, obviously. But there is a door that I want to break down. We haven't gotten the axe in a while. That's kind of sad. We have a lot of money. I'm going to buy this anyways. And why not? We'll get this. And then the knight's shield is actually quite good. I wonder whether the axe is a rare item or if we were limited to only getting to use it twice. Or 3 times? Do we use it 3 times? Pretty sure. I'm starting to wonder if I should just be approaching each day with a more focused mindset instead of doing this whole searching through the house for whatever. If I don't get the corners, should I just skip the day and then go do something else? Or, you know, like, I don't know, that feels a little gamey, I guess. We have a lot of things to solve. Oversized turnip. Like, how these dirt piles got into the pristine chapel. the clock tower, the sauna, and the dining room. I think we'll be taking the sauna. Oh, speaking of which, the clock tower is something we have to solve. Actually, that one I had a thought. We know that there's a crow on tile 4-8. So that's this one where my mouse is, if you can see that. I was thinking if we put the den where the chapel is right now, the den has a couple of swans in it. So we would have a crow to the east, a swan to the south. Looking to the north is where the room 46 is. And we just have to figure out what the westerly winds thing is. Unless the westerly winds may just mean don't have another room over here. That actually could be it. I hadn't considered that until just now. Might be that, actually. Just have an open face. Yeah, because I'm not sure what else would constitute westerly winds. But I think this might be along the lines of what we should do. I'm going to put the sauna here for now. Regardless, we don't have a den in tile 3-7 here. We have a chapel. But we also got bananas. Part of a balanced diet for sure. Okay. Can I light this with my torch? No. Crown and crow. Yeah, here's the crow room. Yeah. I'm assuming that's right, unless there are crows in the rooms that I haven't seen. I'm also wondering about this dining room, whether it has a microchip. That's another thing we have to work on, is finding the microchips. I can't tell whether we've gotten a clue towards them or not. I don't feel there's much telling us where they could be. He just says that normally 3 would be hidden, but one of them is in the grotto to start with, which is nice of him and all. But it doesn't tell me much about the other 2. I have no idea what we expect to find in the grotto either. I don't think they actually said what was behind that door or what we could hope to find behind that door. Obviously, they wouldn't just straight up tell us what's behind the door. But there's no hinting or anything. I don't think he even said you should check out behind the door. The Chamber of Mirrors. Something I am curious about, and we might just explore that now. We will explore that now. Something I'm curious about is whether the Chamber of Mirrors has more duplicate blueprints. Or if the ones we got were the one-time thing. I have a feeling it might just continuously duplicate our blueprints, which would be hilarious. And then, our goal would be to stack the odds. The boiler room. We're going to place the hallway here. We have a locked trunk that we can open. Oh, and apparently there's a security door there. And now we'll head north. We do have a die to do rerolls. Mount Holly gift shop, the boudoir. It's facing the wrong way. I could either re-roll or I could redraw. I think we're going to re-roll first. Well, the conference room is pretty good. I do not mind that. Sure. We've done security. We did an experiment. Did I place the office? I don't think so. Might encounter the office. Tie and clock. So this is second and third from the top. And this is one where I really have no clue. Yeah, here, I'll just close out of that. So these pictures here, right? Tie and clock. Tie and time. Oh my gosh, that's so obvious. That is so obvious. Tie and time. This must be an M. Holy. Alright. So there you go. So my little guess is here. It's not small, or it is small. It's not shall or stall. Okay. It's much easier if you have an idea of what the letter might be. That's pretty funny. So we did connect. Oh, I didn't even think of that. We wanted to connect here. That was fortunate. We can now go back through that side. Let's head around this way. The walk-in closet, the pantry, and the bedroom closet. Well, we've got to rotate here because I want access to that mirror. We'll do the pantry. gives us some cash, which we are sorely in need of with our 354 now. 355. I can use a key on this door, and then we do have the option of rotating, so as long as it doesn't give us all dead ends. It nearly did. It didn't. So now we can use the pump room. And that will connect us to the mirrors. There we are. There we are. We have access to everything, or near everything. Oh, including a key. Although we don't have any more rooms to unlock. Oh, I can't go through that way? Oh, apparently not. That's fine. We're gonna hit this button. That is so cool. Alright, open this. Oh, it's a key. Okay, so no more duplicate blueprints. Oh, wait. I don't want to duplicate the gymnasium. No. So we can be selective because, yeah, it's not a one-time thing. I should have been more selective last time. I just added everything that they offered. Now I know. Oh, I raised both of those glass doors. We don't want to. We need to go back down and lower one of them at least. Is it over here? Nope. In fact, that's a negative for me, so let's undo that. Not that one. It was that one. There we go. Mirrors are so cool. I don't know how they work. Like, I know what they do. They reflect light. But I don't know how they're so perfect. You can get a mirror that's, like, flawless and you can't tell that's reflecting. The parlor for additional gem prizes. I don't know that we do want that. It's not bad. But it's not one of our corner rooms. And we're not generally running out of gems. Like, even here we've been using gems to rotate stuff and we're still doing okay. I think we might just pass on this. It's so cool that this is an option, though. You can just build out your drafting pool. I'm gonna say no. That is really neat, though. Huh. I guess maybe that's what Randolph meant when he said that Anne Babbage hid a bunch of blueprints. He probably just meant all these ones in the Chamber of Mirrors. I'm going to assume that's what he meant. I don't think we have anything left to do today, actually. That might be it. Oh, the Chamber of Mirrors itself. Hold on, if I have a look at our paintings list. Go back there. Oops. Oh no, it's actually the pump room that we need something in. Is there a picture in here? No, we don't have any pictures here. Oopsie. We didn't get into the top right corner. Gates. So the A there and the G on 8. Okay. Let's go back to gates. That's 4 down, second in. That's this hallway. Alright, this hallway. We have a coast and a tag. Yeah. Now, I was thinking it would be an A. Coast and cost? No, there's no way that's a cost, is there? Coast and cost. That's the only thing I can think of that would include an A. Because all my other thoughts, like ocean, well, I guess ocean, but O-C-E-N isn't a word. Wave, W-V-E. Peninsula would be penance. I don't know what that would mean. Mountain would be mountain. Hill doesn't have an A. Cliff doesn't have an A. No, I don't know. Coast and cost would be a big stretch, I think. This is a tree on a hill beside the sea. This is a dog tag with a 10 on it. Maybe that's a price tag. maybe it is a price tag. Hang on. I may have been looking at this wrong the whole time. I was thinking this was like a dog tag, like military dog tags. But maybe it is a price tag that you would wrap around a head of broccoli or something. Coast and cost. I'm gonna say that's close enough. I'm gonna just put an A in there and we'll pretend that I solved it. I really did not. But there you go. Gates. So what do we have? If we taunt small gates, 8 dates crack 8 safes. If we taunt. Surely it's not taunt. What word would that be though? Unless I got it wrong. What is the A here? To the Chamber of Mirrors? Let's make sure I got the A correct. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. We got 78 steps. We can spend them. Okay, we have bat and boat. There's no way I'm wrong on that. That's definitely an A. Bat and boat, no doubt about it. So we need to go all the way around. How far of a walk is that? Hallway, passageway, chapel. That's not bad. So if we head up here, house and hose is definitely a U. No doubt about that one. And then this is supposedly an N for crow and crown. Yeah, so there's I'm not wrong on it, unless the T is incorrect in the storeroom, but I'm not running all the way back there. Oh, actually, it's not that far. We can afford it. Let's go. Into the storeroom. Oh, and this one just explicitly says that there's a T. So this is like holly or something, right? Holly, flower, grow, something along those lines. But this thing shows us it's a T, so I trust it. So we're kind of looking at taunt. So if we taunt small gates, that just doesn't make sense to me. 8 dates crack 8 safes. If we... Actually, I guess I don't even know whether if and we are the correct ones. What if there's something going on up there where the letters aren't separated by the space that I think they are? It might be the top 4 words and the next 4 words, or next 5 words, letters, excuse me. Top 4 letters and the next 5 letters are somehow forming multiple words among them. Might not be separated by space. If we could be something else. Although I don't know how many words start with a letter and then FW. Probably none. Do we have any of the safes in our house? Is there anything I could look for here? Well, we don't have the boudoir, master's bedroom, the office. No, I don't think we got any of the places that have safes. Also, 8 safes? Are there actually 8 safes? I can think of 3. If they include the one in the shelter, that was date related, wasn't it? We had to put in a time and a date for it to open? Interesting. Okay, well, we don't have any safes here that I know of, so we are going to call it a day. We'll head back into the tunnel, the foundation. That's kind of a cool thing. Thematically linked. And then we will call it a day here and see what we find tomorrow. I do feel better about the guessed words. Of course, the one I'm most confused by now is taunt, but at least we got small gates. Something, small gates. It's an interesting one.